Imagine stirring a pot with no spoon. That's what we do. We stir the pot with no spoon.
You're now tuned into Mic Check Waifu. Is that you?
Mic check. Mic check, waifu. King Teliano, is that you?
Nah, you can just call me the spoonless pot stirrer.
This is episode 143 of Mic Check Waifu. As always, it's brought to you by our friends at Lube Complex. Make sure to go to lubecomplex.com and use that offer code waifu to save on your entire cart. Shout out to Lube Complex and that, oh my god, that new drop they just dropped, the special edition shirt. So live, bro. So live. I'm gonna have to holler at him and get that shirt. But this is episode 143 of Mic Check Waifu. This is a very special episode. And I can't wait to discuss it a little bit further. But first, I must thank our Patreon producers. Our Patreon producers are what keeps the lights on. They support us at a very high tier on Patreon, and we can't thank you enough. They get early access to the Patreon and any video versions of any content that we put out first before it goes live for everybody else. Shout out to y'all, the Patreon producers. Aaron Brown, AB, thank you so much. Dre the Goat G, bro, thank you. Dre is out in Houston, by the way, so we gotta link up with him. Johnny from Animated Political Podcast. That podcast is extremely dope. Make sure y'all check them out. Ked the Pro from Chaotic Culture Podcast just dropped a new episode there. They're amazing. Explicitly, one of our favorite guys. The backbone to our layouts you see here. Spring coming up soon.
A goat.
Monique Williams, also our backbone. Tells wife. And Nachi is an incredible person, man. I hope your family's doing okay. Thank you so much for supporting us for so many episodes. We appreciate you so very much. Episode 143 is special. This is the Re3 introductions, or the introductions of Mic Check Waifu. So from time to time, what we do is we take the time to acclimate our new listeners, because we prefer them not to go back to episode 1, to be 100% honest with you. But I digress. These episodes are special because they're for us, for our new listeners to get to know us as hosts. And we do it in many different ways. We talk about our top 10 list. We talk about our top 5 list. We're doing another list this time, but it's extremely special, and I'm looking forward to doing it. But before we get into our reintroductions for the third time, like I said, this is the time where we reintroduce ourselves. We do something different every time. So make sure you check out the previous introduction episodes to find out a little bit more about us. And this is something that's going to be completely fresh to you guys. But I do want to say there are many other podcasts within our group, our circle, that we are very thankful to know and to have the pleasure of sharing this space with. They are incredible people. So if you like Mic Check Waifu, make sure you check out Black Anime Podcast. They're on a comeback right now from a hiatus, but they're an incredible podcast, one of our favorites. The Wonder of Ivy, or The Wonder of Anime, she's absolutely incredible, one of our favorite people to talk to. We did an interview with her. Check out that episode. She's a great interviewer, one of the best. Anime After Dark, our Regeneration podcast with Anime After Dark. They do that in collaboration with Black Anime sometimes, so make sure you guys check them out as well. Moody, who is a cosplay influencer. She's a fantastic host of spaces. She has many different spaces that she holds, mainly featuring prominently ladies who are in the anime community and just do different things like that. It's an awesome space. Make sure you check them out. Johnny, or the Analytical 27 members. We appreciate y'all so much for the support that y'all always give us. Y'all are a fantastic podcast. Keep doing what y'all do. Ked the Pro, he's a phenomenal dude. Like, what he does is incredible, because he does music roundtables. He don't just cover anime, he covers a bunch of geek culture stuff. He's amazing. And then I'm missing a lot of people. And anime lately, Black anime is on the comeback. Like, there's so many people that I want to thank, but also a very special thanks to the homie Rob, or Dad Needs to Talk podcast. He does it solo for the most part, but he incredible book reviewer, incredible just content all around. So he's also new and on the come up. So make sure you guys check him out. He's a dope dude. Very dope team of people. I'm sure Getting a Mega podcast is incredible too. We want to talk about quality. Giant Shooty Robots with our boy Ash. I got a message for Ash, and I'm gonna need him to help us later on in the episode. But we're gonna talk about that a little bit later. But yeah, Getting a Mecca by Jamal is phenomenal too. So I just wanted to take the time to get that out of the way and just say thank you all for just, supporting us, but make sure you go check them out as well. They're just incredible people that I think everybody should give a chance to. And if we can, we're going to always try to share that love. Always, no matter what.
Yeah, in the mind of the Blurred as well.
Oh, Inside the Mind of a Blurred with the crew. No, they're great. Inside the Mind of the Blurred is some of my favorite people as well too. Which is also featuring one of a constant contributor, Crystal. I love her. She's great. All right. Now, with that out of the way, I don't think I took a breath once. Let me take a sip of my drink.
He got that extra strong, extra dry Canada Dry.
No, I got some ginger ale with 0 sugar, man. I'm eliminating the sugar from my life. That's what I'm trying to do.
That's not the one that say bold on it?
No, it's not bold. Bold is a heart attack. It's just 0 sugar.
Okay. I like that though, getting the sugar out your life.
Yeah.
You need a little bit, but not too much.
Yeah, just a little bit. Not like the natural sugars that come in my food, mostly like fruits and stuff.
All right, good moves.
So, this is the reintroduction, bro. I guess we start off with that, man. Let's tell the people who we are. Tell, you want to go first?
My name is Leon.
What? Hello? I've known you for 20 some odd years. You talking about your name, Leon? Where I been?
All right. Hey, chill. My name is Montel. You can call me Tell. It's Telle, not Tell, but I take it however y'all give it because y'all don't really know. Yeah. I appreciate it nonetheless. My mom calls me Telliano, thus that's how I came up with my name, King Telliano. Mm-hmm. I am from Cleveland, Ohio. I've been drawing since 3rd grade. I got an anime probably before that with like Ronin Warriors and Pokemon and a lot of other stuff. But yeah, I'm a big anime fan, and I was watching anime heavy before we got into this podcast. Mm-hmm. Probably a little bit heavier than a lot of my other friends. Funny side note, one of my college roommates, I got him so into anime that he binged somewhere between like 100 episodes of Naruto in a weekend.
That was amazing. Yeah, I love that story.
Yeah, he literally had like 2 screens side by side.
That's amazing.
A current episode and a next episode. It was stupid. But yeah, been big anime fan for years. I ain't gonna talk about how I met Polo yet, but yeah, just that's just a little bit about me. Artist, dad, personal trainer, anime fan, lover, not a fighter, but I will fight.
Definitely will fight. Don't get that twisted.
Right.
Dope, man. Dope. Yeah, so I mean, you can follow him on Twitter at King Telliano, by the way, and on all social media at King Telliano. And I'm Polo. I'm at Polo Bornfly on all social media. I am a video game nerd, anime nerd. I'm also a Twitch streamer, which I'm coming back to streaming on Twitch soon.
Let's go.
I do spend a lot of time only watching anime. Like I've been doing that since fucking. If I'm not playing a video game, I'm watching anime. Since the 4th grade, it was always either video games or anime. I'm 30 years old. My name is actually Tajay. So for those of you that don't know, my real name is Tajay. I'm from Cleveland, Ohio as well.
We both live in Houston.
We both moved down to Houston, so we're both here, living it up, living our best life. I don't really know what else to say about me. I'm a former photographer as well. I could do some photography.
Good as fuck.
And that's really it. To be honest, there ain't really much about me that don't nobody else already know. I got a dog. His name is Saber, who's actually laying directly next to me. He's a husky. Love him to death. Fantastic dog. But yeah, I'm also like the video editor of the podcast video, and Tell is the video editor of our trailers. So if you ever see that on our Twitter, that's who do it. Yeah, but I mean, with that out the way, thanks for getting to know us. I am also a lover of slice of life, so I'm the slice of life expert on this podcast. Tell is the pretty much everything else on this podcast.
I'm getting into slice of life. He got me in the slice of life.
Yeah, but he's definitely digging in the slice of life suitcase. So I'm loving that.
And if you want a manga reader, I'm the manga reader of this group.
Yes,
like
the heavy
I'm
manga
updated
reader
on stuff like One Piece. I just don't talk about it on the timeline or anything like that.
Goat.
you know.
You're the GOAT. Yeah, that's pretty much it with the basic introductions. Now, thank y'all so much for listening to us. This podcast goes live every Tuesday at 9:30 a.m. EST or CST. I actually confirmed that it is CST. So the episode does go live every Tuesday. Haven't missed it. We missed one Tuesday in our entire time of recording. That's why this is at 143 episodes, and it's only been almost 3 years. So yeah, we are very consistent. We cover seasonal anime, so everything seasonal we cover it. We talk different seasonal anime, hence the video change. If you're watching the video version of this podcast, the seasons change, then the anime change, then we change. I love that pen, by the way. We also are going to have different short form content on our YouTube, so make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel. Different videos discussing anime in great detail that we don't discuss here in detail. I'm looking forward to all y'all joining us on this ride. There's been a huge influx of listeners, and we can't thank y'all enough for rocking with us. Like, that means the world to us that you even consider listening to this podcast. But without further ado, let's get into the real reason why we're here. With this reintroduction, we are going to be ranking our top 3 anime into 5 different genres. It is 5 genres, right?
Yeah. Our top 3 of 5 different genres.
Yes, that's it. Top 3 of 5 different genres. So the genres we're going to make our top 5 in are mecha, which I'm going to call for Ash, aka Giant Shooty Robot Podcast, to critique our ranking of our mecha anime, because we don't have a very wide range of mecha anime under our belt. So we're going to call on you, Ash, to give us your thoughts on that. Slice of Life, obviously we're going to have that one in there. Isekai, obviously we're going to have that in there. We're a big Isekai fan podcast here. Shonen, which is, we're going to talk about the qualifications of that a little bit later. And horror, which is something that is also not really that heavy in our wheelhouse, but we want it to be. We just need more of it. But we're going to rank those. Now, before we get into this, we obviously know that there's so many different anime that falls into all of these categories at the same time. There's fucking shonen that falls in the slice of life. There's mecha that falls in the isekai. There's just so much different shit that just falls under one category. But what we're going to do is we're going to take the generalized thoughts of these. So for instance, for example, shonen, like when we say shonen, we know everything that we probably are saying that's in the isekai, that's in the mecha, probably falls under that shonen category as well. But what we're doing is we're taking that and we're just kind of limiting it to, let's call it mainstream, if you will. So like the main focused or the most popular stuff, we're going to consider that to be the shonen category. Slice of life, again, that's going to include romance, comedy, school. Like, it's just going to include all of that into one. Same with isekai. So it's obviously just somebody getting teleported to another world. So that's all we're going to use that as our basis. And then mecha, everybody knows what that it means. And then horror, everybody knows what that means. Without further ado, let's do further, brother. Let's start with, before we get into that though, I gotta ask this before we actually start though. Well, I'm tripping. I'm fucking up the podcast original layout. What is your episode of the week, Montel? '86. I don't even know why I had to ask, but I had to ask. That's what we do on this podcast. Episode of the week this week is obviously at 86. It was episode 11 of 86. I can't wait to get to spoiler talk, bro. Unbelievable. If you haven't watched 86, watch 86. Okay, we even have an episode dedicated to that. Watch 86.
I wish it was episode 86, but
true.
Man, no, but that episode was something else, bro. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, man. I mean, without a question, it's obviously my episode of the week as well. Hard to say anything else at this point. Even though my dress up darling again hit.
Another really good episode. Fucking
fire. All right, man. Let's see. What genre do you want to start off with first, my bro?
I feel like we often dabble in isekai, so let's start with that, bro.
Oh, good move. This is actually the easier one for me. What about you?
I had an issue with number 3. That was only because there was so many. I was in my mind like, I could put something here, I could put this here, and I was like, oh, but I really need to put this here because it don't get enough talk. But then I'm like, but that's not being true to myself specifically. So number 3 was hard for me because it was some stuff that was like, if I don't put it, I gotta have honorable mentions. But I'm trying not to have honorable mentions, so you know.
Yeah. No,
but yeah, I got my 3 here.
What's your 3?
Let's start off with the one that gave me the hardest time. My third place was Sword Art Online.
Interesting. We know Moody ain't gonna like that.
Yeah, it's hard as fuck to put there, bro. But it was because there was so much stuff I wanted to put there, like Grimgar, Fantasy, and Ash, because I think Grimgar, as a short-term series, I enjoyed it more for like the short term. But as a long-term, like something to indulge in, I just think Sword Art just had more content to have. So that was hard for me. What's your 3, bro?
Oh man, number 3 for me. You know, I said it was easy, but now you're making it hard because Sword Art isn't my number 3. Crazy to think about because I fucking love that show.
Yeah, I get it. I believe me. I entirely get it. It was so much stuff I wanted to put there.
Yeah, and this is crazy because I'm gonna have to go with something more recent, and it's
Jobless Reincarnation.
Yeah,
I fuck with it. I like that.
That's exactly it.
As another one that had me struggling. Because I also wanted to do like Jobless Reincarnation, and I was thinking Reincarnated as Slime.
I was thinking that too. Yeah, it was between those two, but for number 3 for me is Jobless Reincarnation. Good guess, man. Number 2.
My number 2 is, I know it's not on Polo's list, but this is one of my favorites of all time and always has been.
Talk to me.
No Game, No Life.
Damn.
I love No Game, No Life.
My tail with No Game, No Life. Interesting.
You know, I've always, ever since I watched that shit, I was big on No Game, No Life. I just wish there was more other than that movie.
Yeah, it's a great show. I still just have a problem with that relationship, bro. I just can't.
Hey, look, I entirely agree. That relationship is mad suspect.
But the anime is so fire.
Yeah, if you took that part out, like that context of that relationship, and then watch everything else develop, that anime is like
almost perfect.
It's beautifully animated. Soundtrack is, I'm not gonna say the soundtrack is a 10, but it's like a solid like 8. Probably you can probably slide it higher. Some of the moments in there was just so good.
Phenomenal.
And the story leading up to that ending, I was like, yo, this is great. When I'm getting season 2, and you just don't get it.
And you just don't get it, bro. That's the problem. You just don't get it. I mean, for number 2 is easy. It's Grimgar of Fantasy and Ash for me. I mean, everybody probably knew that if you've listened to me before. Grimgar is one of my favorite isekais because Grimgar offers something that no isekai does, and that's the realism of a non-combative motherfucker, like just a regular ass teenage kid getting transported to another world where there's goblins, where there's shit that you have to worry about, and you have to level up. You're a level 1 character in a video game being transported, and you have to fight for your life. That realism in that show is so special. The fucking character dynamics, the dub is incredible, which is rare. The fucking just art style is one of the most beautiful shows you would ever see. And then the music, man, I can't stress enough how good the music is on Grimgar, Fantasy, and Ash. It evokes the emotion that the characters are depicting. And again, when I speak on that dub, I speak on that dub from a place where I've seen them both when we reviewed it. I watched them both. They're both just as good as the other. And that is hard to find nowadays. Very, very, very hard to find. And when I say the emotion that was brought out by one of my favorite dub voice actors, Ricardo, I think his name is Ricardo Fiaggio or something like that. I forget it. I digress. But he's the dub voice actor for Lemillion. For those of you who are familiar with My Hero, the emotion he had during that show is incredible, and you feel it. I enjoy that show so very much.
Outside of the lack of a second season or continuation,
bro,
the only issue I have with Fantasy of Grimgar and Ash is the fact that it could literally, if someone told me it was a number 1, I wouldn't be upset.
Yeah,
it's
100%.
Just, it's honestly, the issue is that it's kind of just really too fucking good.
Yeah,
and doesn't get talked about enough. And
it's just not enough. It's just not. It's like it wasn't the end, but it was the end. You know, and that sucks.
And that's really like the only negative about it, because like that, the way it ends, and you know there's just not more to come, leaves a bad taste in your mouth. But it doesn't really leave a bad taste in your mouth because it was just so fucking good.
Yeah, absolutely. Whew. With that being said, Tel, what was your number 1, brother?
I feel like my number 1 is easy.
It's easy.
I don't know what Polo's is, but mine is Re3.
Of course. It's our number one anime of all time.
She's just so good.
Yeah, if you haven't watched ReZero, watch ReZero. It's both of our number one. Spoiler alert.
And it was before season 2 came out. It was in both of our top 5.
Easily.
I think it was in our top 3 without us even talking to each other about it beforehand.
At all. Which is a very interesting thing to have happen, to be honest, because I never would have thought, because we didn't even, have we talked about it pretty much before that?
We never talked about ReZero before that.
That's fucking crazy. We're insane.
I mean, but we both watched Grimgar, and we never talked about that before that either.
That's true. And then we did the review. Oh man, there are some episodes that you should go back and listen to. The Grimgar Vanishing Ash review is one of them. I love that. If you check mycheck.com/reviews, I think I put it with S on it. mycheckwaifu.com/reviews. You can see all of the stuff, most of the stuff we reviewed, and it links to the episode directly. So check that out. Yeah, I mean, with that being said, Isekai is done. Okay, I love y'all. Love all of those Isekais, like from the bottom of my heart. It didn't get hard until Tell Missing SAO because I forgot about it. Because it's like so much good stuff, but Jobless Reincarnation definitely get that spot for me. So before we move on to the next genre, I would like to throw in a question from Twitter. We do ask questions from time to time, so if you follow us on Twitter at MyCheckWaifu, we will read your question on the air. We get some great questions, so if y'all can top some of these questions we got this week, man, power to you, because these people are incredible. And we even got a new follower who asked us 2 questions. So the first question I want to start off with is from Johnny himself from Anime Analytical. He says, question, who is your absolute favorite anime character? And then he says, who is your anime best friend? What great questions. Your absolute favorite anime character.
So I know who my favorite is. And shit, I don't know who my favorite is.
This is a tough one.
When I think of like my favorite anime characters, I think of 3, right?
Okay, but only give one. No cheat.
I know. I'm gonna tell you who I'm putting number 1.
Okay.
But I think of 3. My 3 I think of is Edward Elric, Yato from Noragami, and fucking Ikki Kuragane from Chivalry of a Fell Knight.
So who's your name? This is what Tell do. Let me give y'all.
I struggle. That's what I do.
Tell cheats, man. When we ask for one thing, he gives honorable mentions. He gives, but this, he kills me. Okay. Which one of those is your number 1? Good. Remember, you can put one of them as your best friend too. So
no, because none of them are best friend. I'm gonna go with Edward Elric for my favorite anime character, and my best friend is Hachimon.
That's funny because Hachimon is my favorite anime character of all time.
For sure.
Yeah, that's so funny. And then my best friend is gonna be Subaru, man. If ever I could help him in the situations, he has the most character growth I've seen in anime in a very long time. I think Subaru is going to be the best friend, and then Hachimon is my favorite anime character of all time. It's just one of the best protagonists I think I've seen ever.
Agreed.
To be honest, I mean, since Edward. So yeah, that's a tough one. All right, so let's get into another question before we slide into the next genre, shall we? Because we got quite a few, so I want to make sure we make it through all of them. One of the newer followers of My Check Waifu, his name is Huey TJ2 on Twitter. He says, at My Check Waifu, anime that you love. Now, here's the thing. It's rated E for everyone. So an anime that you love that's rated E for everyone, and an anime that you love that's top tier but not safe for kids. And then he also says favorite water bottle brands. I'm gonna start off with the favorite water bottle brands, and this isn't no bougie shit. I just love the way it tastes, and it's Fiji.
What's that damn? Because we always got Essentia.
Okay. Yes. You know what's funny? Water does taste different, bro. It just does.
It does. I'm telling you, and I didn't really figure it out until Monique was on her second pregnancy. I was like, you know what? We started drinking a bunch of different water, and it was like different alkaline waters, different regular waters, and
some of that shit don't be tasting good, bro. Like if you drink Dasani, you're a demon.
A whole demon, bro. Who drinks Nestle water?
Yeah. I tasted grass in my throat just thinking about it. He said, anime that you love, an anime that's rated E for everyone, and a top tier that's not safe for kids. Man, what a great question. This is probably the hardest question I've had because I don't know if I watched any anime that's safe for kids.
You watch anime that's safe for kids.
Yes.
The one that's not safe for kids, I got one in my mind. But one anime I love that's rated E for everyone would be no.
It's tough, man.
Remake Our Life.
Yeah, that absolutely. I'm gonna go with that too because Remake Our Life is, I think, really the only one I know is really safe for kids because everything else is just involves so much death that I've watched and etchiness. And then one that's not safe, I'm gonna go with a classic for me personally. Is this anime good? I don't remember. Did I enjoy watching the Abso-fucking-lutely? I did. And that's going to be Freezing.
Okay.
Freezing is an ecchi anime, a very ecchi anime. That is, that's fun. That's really fun. Not really fun. It's kind of dramatic, actually. It's kind of intense, too. But, yeah, it's definitely not safe for kids, though. I'll tell you that much.
Well, I'm going to go with something that's a little bit more, it looks kid-friendly, but when you get into it, it's not at all. Made in Abyss.
Oh, shit.
Because it's gonna look super kid friendly, and then you're gonna get into the heat of it, and realize that bleeding from every part of your body isn't really kid friendly.
No, not even close, man. Not even close. Oh yeah. There you go. Good question, man. I appreciate you, Huey, and thanks for joining us, bro. I hope you enjoyed the podcast. Should I do one more? No, we're good. Next, let's do the next genre.
All right, I chose Isekai, bro. What you choosing?
Oh shit. Let's do horror, actually.
Okay.
I think that's the next one we should go into. Now, horror for me, my number 3 horror. Intel's gonna be upset with this, but I have to. At number 3 for me is Parasite of the Maximum. That's number.
First of all, I'm not mad at you because you put it there in the first place. I didn't even think it was gonna be on your list.
The fact that you thought that irritates me because that anime is great.
I'm not saying
minus the end, but
Yeah, I'm not saying it's not. I just didn't think it was gonna be on your list. I was thinking like Polo got some other stuff you're gonna slide in there that's gonna be real good. Me, Parasite the Maximum made it just because of the soundtrack. It's literally my favorite anime soundtrack. My number 3 is Miracle-chan.
Okay.
From last year. It is it's not crazy.
Is that good though?
I just vibe with it because it's wild actually. If you we talked about this before. I am not a very religious person, but I do believe that energy can't be destroyed, so some things just can't be explained, etc. I just think it's a cool concept for anime, and it was really good. In a lot of ways. Do I think it was the best? No, but it was good, especially for last year. For something that was, I would have put it as my sleeper if I had known it was going to be like this.
You blew me back with that one. I wasn't expecting it. Interesting. Okay. So I am going to say this: Made in Abyss is in this category for some reason. Yes, it's kind of horror, but I'm not gonna put that in this category for me personally. So keep that in mind when you're listening to this, because if that's the fucking case, this motherfucker will be number 1. And that's just point blank for me, obviously. But I'm not gonna put it in this category for me personally. This is Polo. Now, my number 2 is an anime that fucking blew my mind when I watched it. blew me all the way back. Wasn't expecting it at all, and that's The Future Diary. I don't know what I was expecting when I went into it, but all I saw was mystery, and I'm like, oh, mystery, huh? Okay, all right. Turned it on one day when the site that shall not be wait, I could say the site that shall not be named because it's gone now. Kiss Anime was up. I turned it on Kiss Anime, and yeah, I was like, what the fuck am I even getting myself into? It blew me back. One of the craziest, weirdest side characters or pseudo main characters with that chick. She's fucking weird. And I'm talking about, for those of you that don't know, she's the main female character. She's insane. Absolutely insane. So, well, a great show. Very, very, very fucking creepy.
My number 2 is Elfen Lied.
Wow, classic. I forgot about Elfen Lied. That's another good one.
Oh, it's and I personally don't think it's scary, but like
definitely horror though.
It's very like gore horror kind of thing. Mm-hmm. Like it's a lot of blood but it is definitely still horror. It doesn't have to necessarily be scary to be horror, but it's still definitely horror.
For sure. Elfen Lied is different, bro.
It's built different.
She get up and start walking through that motherfucker and get blasted with an 800 million. Anyway, I'm not gonna go into it too much. But what's this, number 1?
Yeah, number 1, bro.
Number 1 for me is one I talk about all the time, and I think more people should watch. Is it that good? I don't remember, to be honest with you, but the impact that it left on me as far as this genre goes, it left the biggest impact for me, and it's Another. Another left the biggest impact for me when it came to horror anime. It's definitely, I don't remember if it was good or bad. I just remember watching it like, whoa, shit, and then actually getting scared, essentially, at some parts. Again, I don't know why. Came out in 2012. I had to watch it around that time. Don't know why, but it definitely freaked me the fuck out.
Yeah, and Polo already said my number 1 being Parasite the Maxim. It's one of those like body horror animes where it's because of the body monster and stuff like that. But first of all, Parasite the Maxim came out at a time when I was heavy into my EDM music, rap music, because the whole album is fucking fire in that regard. But also it came out in a time when like I was very into researching, weird stuff like parasites and shit and how they affect the brain. Yeah, it was perfect. I was like, God, okay, this is good. I like this. It was on point.
It took you down a life of research.
For sure, I went down the rabbit hole on YouTube instantly.
Wow. Okay. So I figured we get those two. I'm glad we got those two out the way. Horror was kind of easy for me. Every time I saw Made in Abyss, it kept making me mad though, because I'm like, I don't know if this belongs in horror, but it definitely should. It could. You know what I mean? It's not everything is horror in there, but there are a couple of scenes in there that's definitely horror. Horrifying. Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, like I can't remember his name, but the dude in the black who did the thing.
True. Yeah.
And even the teacher lady, when they made it to that certain floor, the shit she was doing was horrifying.
Yep. It was like episodes that was like horror based, it seemed.
Yeah. Because that episode actually had me more scared than like what happened with Melty.
100%. And Melty still killed me though.
Fucking 100% too.
Oh man. Good stuff. Okay. So now it's 2 down. Isekai and horror. There's 3 more to go. We have a couple of more questions to get into. Let's do this. This comes from TK Does Nothing. TK Does Nothing rocked with us on Twitter for a very, very long time. Not sure if he listens. I'm pretty sure he listens. But TK Does Nothing. Thank you so much, bro, for listening, if you do. He asked me, did the questions have to be anime based? And I'm like, hell no. Answers whatever you want. He says, what are your weird food combos or eating habits? Like, for example, spaghetti with jelly, eating cookies with a bowl of milk like cereal. That second one got me. The fuck? Eating cookies with a bowl of milk like cereal? I mean, you just pour the cookies in the milk and you just eat it?
I've done it once in college with Oreos, and it's just the cookies are too big.
Interesting.
It's not reasonable.
Because it gets too soggy. And you just got lumps of cookie and milk.
Yeah, it's not reasonable. At least not to me. I guess if you just want your cookies to just barely touch the milk and you just hurry up and do.
Yeah.
That's one thing. But who eats cookies that fast?
I don't know. Nobody. I don't know.
So I can't do that.
So what is your weird food combos though, or eating habits?
I will eat like 4 grapefruit back to back.
That's definitely not weird.
All right.
But it's a cause for a fucking bunch of antacids build up.
Well, yeah, I do. I normally do it before I go work out because it's really good for pre-workout. It also boosts serotonin in your brain. So if you ever have any kind of depression, eat a grapefruit. I
guess that's a good point.
And I don't suffer from that. But if I did, I would be eating a grapefruit. I just recently did this. My wife has a taste for graham crackers right now.
Okay.
Because they had them in the hospital. They was giving her mad graham crackers, right? And I have marshmallow spread. So I spread marshmallows on there. We had little Hershey bars. I broke Hershey bar and made like a little s'mores. But it was like a random. It's not, they not melted nothing. They just random.
I'm still waiting for the weird part, bro.
I don't know, bro.
You're not a weird eater at all? You ain't got nothing, no weird combos?
Ritz crackers and peanut butter.
That's normal too.
Monique just earlier they said it was fucking weird.
That is definitely not. They sell those. They're like Ritz peanut butter crackers.
I don't know, bro. Go. Come back to me.
All right. For me, I'm a big fan of different hot sauces. So let me think about all the stuff I put hot sauce on. I can put hot sauce on. Used to be able to put hot sauce on pretty much everything. You name it, mashed potatoes, macaroni and cheese, hot sauce on it. I guess that ain't really that weird either.
It's not. My mom put hot sauce on everything. Monique put hot sauce on everything. My kids, hot sauce on everything.
Bro, I really don't I really don't have any weird food combinations either. That's crazy to think about. Because when you think about weird, right, you think about shit that you just be like, whoa. Like he said, spaghetti and jelly. Like, who the fuck doing that?
Polo would think this is weird. I like pineapples on pizza.
That's very weird. There you go. Pineapples on pizza is a fucking creep thing. I appreciate that. Yeah, it's very weird. Serial killers do that.
You said serial killer. Oh, yeah, bro! I'm telling you, I had a Hawaiian chicken pizza. It had like chicken and pineapples on it.
I guess if I don't know how I don't know how it tastes. It's probably not that bad because I love pineapples to death. Absolutely, I eat pineapples every day. My thing is like if does it stand out at all?
I mean, you can taste it for sure.
But is it like you can majorly taste the pineapple?
I mean, it depends. If you go to a place with a shitty pineapple, then probably not. But if you get places and they got like real good pineapple that actually tastes sweet, then yeah, you're going to taste the pineapple.
Yeah, I can't do that.
If I eat a pizza and the pineapple is like the sour pineapple, I'm throwing the whole pizza away because you don't waste it. You don't fuck up my pizza.
I can't. Just grease on my fruit just don't gel with me at all. At all.
You like guacamole?
I don't.
Okay.
I hate guac.
But you like pasta?
I don't actually.
Okay. So
spaghetti, I guess. Spaghetti is pasta, so does that count?
Tomatoes are fruit.
If you want to go there. Stop it.
All right.
So
I don't know, bro.
That's a good one though.
Don't really have any weird food taste.
Well, I guess we don't, which is crazy. I really, because I'm really
fucking. You eat coleslaw?
I can't eat coleslaw. I guess that's weird. Yeah, because I know not a lot of people don't like coleslaw. So there you go.
The only way I'm eating coleslaw is on the Polish boy.
If we don't really have, because I don't really. When I think about it, man, I don't have anything. I'm very picky eater though. Like I do not. I don't like fucking just weird shit that just texture wise don't seem legit to me. Monique
thought this was weird too, but I actually don't like my food touching like certain things. Like
that's weird. There you go. That's another weird thing.
I can have like my mashed potatoes and like my corn or my mashed potatoes and my beans and stuff touching.
What a fucking hypocrite. But you can put your fruit on your pizza, you creep.
But I don't like my green beans touching my cornbread.
Oh my God, I love that.
My greens touching my cornbread. I don't like that.
That's crazy. I dip my fucking cornbread in my green bean juice, bro.
Not my greens, like my green beans, my cornbread can't touch it, or else I will throw the cornbread the fuck away.
That's wild. That is so wild.
It cannot be done.
Here's another weird food combos or eating habit. I don't like Thanksgiving food at all. Period. I don't like turkey. The only thing I like is ham and maybe some collard greens.
I don't like turkey. I don't like cranberry sauce.
I hate cranberry sauce.
I will eat greens.
I hate dressing.
They're not my favorite. I don't like dressing or stuffing.
Yeah, all that shit is nasty.
Although we might almost be the same person.
Yeah, and then macaroni and cheese, I'm kind of real timid on too. To be honest,
I like macaroni and cheese, but it's got to be the right person.
There you go. That's it. It has to be the right person. No. That's crazy. He still got some more questions. This is gonna be a long episode. Hell yeah, it's gonna be a long episode. Okay, so he says his next question is, what non-anime property would you give an anime? Good ass question.
What non-anime property? Like, what does he mean by not like something
not anime related? So it could be a video game, it can be a movie, it can be a TV show.
I mean, the issue is that anime covers so much.
Wide spectrum, yes. This is easy for me. I'm gonna go ahead and answer while Till waits for his.
But
Burn Notice, man. The greatest TV show of all time, Burn Notice.
Wait. We're giving a non-anime property and anime. So Burn Notice gets an anime. Got it.
Yes.
Okay, that's not what I was thinking.
Yes, bro.
It's gonna be a slice of life.
Okay.
And it's sheesh, it's two of them I want to do, but I'm gonna do one. That's good about me. It's going to be
you could do two. This ain't a ranking question.
All right, bet. Number one will be Haunting of Hill House. As an anime. And I would love a horror anime like that, because Haunting of Hill House was good.
I heard it was perfect. I haven't seen it yet.
I love the camera work in there alone. Like, bro, the camera work alone, once you get to like episode like halfway through, because it was like good camera work, but then once you get halfway through and it starts showing you like the real shit that's happening, camera work got real dynamic, and like moments, like the way they pan through the room and rotations and shit was on point. I was like, oh
damn, I love it. I gotta watch this shit.
And then the other one would be The Good Place, which is just about whether or not people find out heaven or not exists. But it would be a really good slice of life, because just the way the story is told is funny as fuck.
Dope.
What's her name? Kirsten
Dunst.
Is that her name? Whatever she is, the funny one. She funny as fuck in that. She just.
I don't remember Kirsten Dunst being funny. Maybe it's not her.
It's probably not her, but it's she a blonde. I don't know her name, but yeah, funny as fuck. Good shit.
Damn, I think Burn Notice would be fucking fantastic. Even though we pseudo got that with the assassins gets reincarnated as an aristocrat or where the fuck it was. It kind of was that, but I just think it'll be just so fucking sick to have that the way Burn Notice is animated, because they can do some wild shit. Even though in the show he do some wild shit that you would never even think was possible, but his explanations with his monologues are fucking fantastic. It's a great show. Watch Burn Notice if you haven't. All right, and his last you got a couple more questions. He says, which creature in anime would you have for a pet? It has to be less sentient than humans. Interesting. Has to be less sentient than humans. What would I have as a pet? Shit.
I'm just gonna fuck around and say let me go ahead and get Smeargle, or let me get a Charmander or a Cyndaquil.
Easy, bro.
Or give me Smeargle. I'll take Smeargle because it's an art Pokemon and it can copy all their moves. I'll just take that.
What a great answer, bro. I ain't gonna hold you. This one's hard.
That's how I felt, because less sentient than humans makes it hard.
Yes. Fuck.
Because I could have just said Pride, like the fucking homunculus from
easy, bro. It's easy to do it like that, you know. Fuck. He destroyed me with this question because I don't know. Give me the cat from My Roommate Is a Cat. Mm-hmm. That's gonna be the best I got for you, bro.
I thought about the dragons, the land dragons from Re3, but they say they're super smart. Like they think just like people, but they don't talk because they're dragons. I'm like,
yeah, that's more.
Sentient. That's hard.
That's probably more sentient than the humans. To be honest. Oh man, and this is a great one. This is a great palate cleanser right here. Top 3 chips. Goddamn, it's Mike.
Top 3 chips.
Yeah.
Cool Ranch Doritos.
Number 3.
Yes. Okay. Sweet and spicy chili Doritos. Number 2. But they sell them bitches no more, but they're my favorites.
You talking about the purple bag?
Yep.
They definitely do.
They do? I can't find them out here.
Target?
No. You know what? I be going to Walmart. I can go to Target.
Oh, God. Dude, there's your problem.
Hey, Walmart be having all the hood snacks.
That's exactly right.
Number 1 would be cheddar jalapeno Cheetos.
It's crazy because mine is my number 3. My number 3 would be jalapeno, the Vicky bag of jalapeno kettle chips, the Crunchy Boys, and fucking sound like
I love crunching my chips.
Fuck, bro, listen, the kettle joints, man, fire, so good, so good. That's my number 3. My number 2 is gonna be regular Doritos. I could fuck them up with some taco salad meat. And you can make a clean taco salad. You do some regular nachos and cheese with those. Dip it in whatever. And then number 1, and I just found this out recently. Flaming hot Cool Ranch Doritos.
Yo,
fucking bang, bro.
Yes, sir.
They fucking bang. They're incredible. I just found this out literally this month that they're just as good as they are. Unbeatable. I would have said hot fries, but I had to add the kettles. I love hot fries too. Hot fries I love the motion of eating hot fries.
High key, I would have walked past the Flaming Hot Cool Ranch Doritos because to me that didn't make sense in my mind. But my wife was like, I gotta try these, and I was like, she got them. And I was like, let me try them. And I was like, let me just go ahead and eat this whole bag real quick.
Straight up. I did the same thing. They blew me back, man. I'm like, why is this shit so good? And I couldn't stop eating them. Because they're not that hot. But they have just enough heat. And you can still taste the Cool Ranch. And it's a perfect combination. God damn. Okay. Let's get to the final question. And then we're going to blast through the rest of these. So, I do want to give a very special shout out to one of our favorite people, bro. Boy, Scuba Steve.
Hey, we love you, bro.
Scuba Steve says, hi, it's me again. Not sure if we met, but he's a fucking weirdo. But which do you enjoy or prefer more? Time skips or flashbacks? Great fucking question, Scuba. Great question, bro.
I've had more issues with flashbacks than I've had with time skips. Because I feel like flashbacks they can be so easily misplaced.
Yes.
And they can mess up the flow of an anime. Whereas a time skip, the issue is that with a time skip, you kind of got to get a flashback, right? Like the flashback, you have to get a time skip, you have to get a flashback. But with the time skip, you get that whole interval of feeling like the character had an experience without you, and you get to see that unravel without necessarily being there for what they went through to get there. So it saves time, but keeps progression there. And like, for instance, I wish Sabakui Bisco did a time skip looking at how this anime is going right now. I hate how this anime is turning out right now.
Yep. Spoiler talk? Spoiler talk?
Yeah, we can do this spoiler talk. But yeah, hate how the anime is turning out right now. But yeah, time skips. I'm gonna choose time skips over flashbacks. I'm gonna choose.
Which do I prefer more? I prefer flashbacks. I prefer flashbacks is because if they're done right, which is very hard to do apparently, they can offer something so so tangible to the anime itself. So
valuable.
So very valuable. And when I say this, and I'm coming from a slice of life meathead. Slice of life head? Slice head? I watch a lot of slice of life. And when I think of flashbacks, I think of Clannad. Literally the show that did flashbacks the absolute best. The best. Because the season 1 of Clannad is broken up into literally segments of flashbacks for different characters. And they tell a story of the character that then intertwine with the main story of the characters. That's so well done. Like, for instance, the flashback, our main character, not our main character had, but the flashback of his best friend and what he went through and the reason why he is, because you fucking hate this kid almost the entire show. He's the most annoying kid. Maybe intentionally. Well, when you watch the flashback, it is when you know it's intentional that he's just this fucking irritating ass, just annoying kid. But when you see his flashback, you start to build on his character and you feel a little bit of sympathy for him. A lot of bit of sympathy for him. So I like flashbacks better. Time skips, I had trouble with time skips. And when I think of trouble with time skips, I'm thinking of fucking Fairy Tail, bro. I fucking hate Fairy Tail. I hate Fairy Tales. That was the worst fucking time skip I've ever seen in my entire fucking life, man. It was so bad. Like, everybody became the worst version of themselves that got the time skip, and then everybody that you wanted to see have a time skip didn't, for fucking story reasons. It was stupid. I hated it.
So funny side note real quick. As soon as Polo said Fairy Tail, my camera froze. My camera was like, I'm not doing this shit no more.
Don't let the internet hear you say that. Oh, wait.
Right.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Good question, Steve. All right, let's fucking blast it because we are already 51 minutes into this episode.
Let's go.
Next up, man, let's go to our boy Ash. Oh, shit! I was gonna try to do my British accent. Fuck, I ain't gonna fuck him up again. All right, mate. Fuck, I quit.
Are you Australian?
I guess. Do they both say mate? I think they both say mate, right? Maybe. Oi! No, that's definitely Australian. Anyway, wait. Let's get into this mecha category. God damn it! Now, mecha is a genre that we frequent often. Okay, I'm gonna just say this: both of our number one is 86. I'm just gonna say that now. It's easy to just get that fucking out of the way. But for number 3, Tell, what is your number 3 mecha anime?
My number 3 is Evangelion. Yeah,
oh yeah, bro. Yeah. Fuck. Yeah, you got me there. Evangelion at number 3. My number 3 will be. This is tough, man. Code Geass.
Okay. I actually was struggling with putting that in there too.
Why are you so far away from the mic?
I'm sorry, I was struggling to put Code Geass in there too because I was thinking Code Geass. But I had to put my Meathead anime at number 2.
I respect it.
And that's my Gundam Build Tri-Fighters.
Gundam Build Tri-Fighters.
Yeah, it's very shonen-y, but it's an anime and it's Meathead.
Over Orphan Blood, whatever the fuck. Everybody try to get me to watch.
Iron Blood Orphans was trying to make me cry, and I wasn't trying to cry. I was trying to see people get beat up in giant robots.
I see.
That's all I cared about, and it looks better than every other animated fight in any other Gundam. I don't care what you do. None of the Gundam fighting animation is good as Gundam Build Fighters Try. So, period.
Okay.
Ash, he can back me up on that. He already know what it is.
All right, Ash, let us know. And for me, my number 2 is All Noah Zero. All Noah Zero did so much fucking goodness, and I'm gonna roll my eyes when I say this. I gotta give the credit to Legal Overdose. He recommended. What's funny is that he still never finished it, by the way.
That's wild.
But he recommended it to me, and I watched it. He's like, man, this is one you gonna like, man. This is different, man. You know, it's different.
It is. You know what's funny though is what was it? I was struggling between All No Zero, Code Geass, and Eureka 7 and Evangelion.
Eureka 7, really? I fucking hate that show.
I loved Eureka 7.
I fucking hated everything. Well, again, I'm not a big fan of mecha. I hated it. I hated everything about it. I thought it was just terrible. But yeah, All No Zero is fantastic. Both versions of it. The villain, the story was something way deeper than just shooty robots. No offense, giant shooty robots, but it's deeper than that, and it's great. Yeah. I absolutely loved it. And then obviously number one, 86. No fucking questions asked.
Chef's kiss.
I'm gonna say it. Perfect anime. I said it. God damn it. I said
it. God damn amazing.
It's a perfect anime. I can't. We're gonna talk about that in this. It's a perfect anime. Fuck. We got one episode left. Shit. Okay. Yeah. Let's get into this next genre. Hey Ash, let us know how we did, bro. Let us know your thoughts on our top 3 mecha, and if you have with that in mind, with our tastes in mind, let us know what other mecha anime you think we should watch, and maybe we'll bring you on that episode.
Let's go.
Oh, don't tempt me with a good time. All right, next up, let's do slice of life.
All right, so this is a genre I'm relatively new to that Polo kind of helped me get into. I didn't watch much slice of life outside of Hamtaro, so you already know what's
I hate you.
At number 1.
That's supernatural. Hamtaro, supernatural, motherfucker.
It's a slice of life. All right, nah, but look, my number 3 slice of life is Beastars.
Okay, yeah, you need to watch more slice of life, brother.
That's fine. I really like Beastars.
Killing me, Smalls.
It was gonna be that or Odd Taxi, and Odd Taxi is really fucking good, but I just like Beastars more.
My number 3 anime is Horimiya. No, yeah, Horimiya. Fantastic show.
His number 3 anime, period. No? Okay.
Definitely.
My number 2 is Remake Our Life.
Interesting. Okay. All right. My number 2 is My Teen Romantic Comedy Snafu.
I don't think I fuck with this. I don't know who's on the other side of this podcast.
Hey, listen, My Teen Romantic Comedy Snafu is.
Oh my god.
This category for me is so fucking stacked. It's so stacked, bro. So stacked that the fact that it's number 2 is insane. That's the greatest compliment I can possibly give a slice of life.
So hold up. Before we get to number 1, because I already know what number 1 is. Remake Our Life didn't make top 3?
No, but it's top 5.
This motherfucker.
It's top 5, dude. My list is extensive, bro. I'm gonna have to do a full list of slice of life for y'all. I'm gonna do a fucking video on slice of life.
Okay. Yeah, this motherfucker said Horimiya.
Horimiya is great, man. It's just that great.
I'm gonna have to watch that bullshit.
It's the romance, man. I'm a big fan of the romance in Horimiya, bro.
He said My Teen Romantic Comedy. My number 1 is My Teen Romantic Comedy Snafu, because my god, it's the best slice of life I think I've ever watched in my life, and nothing competes with it. And I already know what Polos is, but I'm not watching it ever again because it made me cry, and I ain't doing that again.
It's almost about time for another rewatch, but it's number 1 is Clannad, and obviously Clannad is sentimental to me, so that's why it's number 1. It's obviously not as, I'm gonna be honest with you, it's not as good as My Teen Romantic Comedy Snafu. It's not, but it's so impactful, so very good to me that I cannot not put it number 1 in the slice of life genre. Okay, not in my in my top 5. It's a little, may have to work some stuff around, but it's incredible. But slice of life, man, that is some shit here. That
what did you just say? Did you just say Clannad got moved around in your top 5?
No. I mean, it did the one time when I replaced Re3, when I replaced Clannad with Re3 and just switch those two. Yeah. When we first did our top 5,
don't be making adjustments without confronting the console first.
See, if you listen to episode 1, of My Check Waifu, you would have known Clannad was my number 1. Don't listen to episode 1. And then if you went to, I think it was our year 2 start. We reevaluated that list. It was Re3. So
yeah,
there's that. I mean, there's so much fucking slice of life. I need to do a video on slice of life for y'all. I gotta make that video. Yeah, that's our slice of life. That one was easier for me.
Yeah, that was pretty easy.
So very, very, very easy. Next up is the meat and potatoes. Nah, not really. It's shonen. And what we consider shonen is to be the quote unquote mainstream. I hate using the word mainstream because all anime isn't mainstream, but we just gonna say, for the lack of a better term, mainstream shonen shows specifically our top threes. Tell, what's your number 3?
Fate.
Wow. Okay. Full Metal Alchemist, number 3 for me.
I'm side-eyeing Polo.
I know. And it's again, it's a 10 out of 10 anime. Okay, I said it. But as far as my top in my genre,
I understand though,
you know,
because I agree. I think it's a masterpiece, but I don't necessarily always include it in like my top 5 because
100%.
Yeah,
that's exactly how I feel. Number 2.
I guess I don't really know if I can. I put Chivalry of a Failed Knight because it's a shonen.
Sure,
it fits into that genre.
Yeah,
that's my number 2.
Sure, okay. My number, Jujutsu Kaisen.
Yeah, I mean, shit. Polo got some good ones in his show.
Yeah.
I'm surprised. I wonder what your number 1 gonna be. My number 1 is Full Metal Alchemist.
Respectable, of course, obviously. Number 1 is, and this is hard because I don't think the show is that great, but it's one of my favorite mainstream anime, and it's Demon Slayer. Mm-hmm. It's Demon Slayer, bro. It's just that good for me.
I don't disagree with that at all. I think definitely mainstream enough fire. And you know what's funny enough is like, I guess Fate was super mainstream. Absolutely. When it first kind of hit the ground running.
100%.
But now it's way less mainstream now. Like it's really just.
But you know what matters.
What's up?
You goatable.
You go.
They're both you goatable, so you can't.
You're right.
You can't lose with either or.
So just so we can recap real quick, Polo's number 1 horror was Another. Mine was Parasite. Polo's number 1 shonen was Demon Slayer. Mine was Full Metal Alchemist. Polo's number 1 isekai was ReZero. Mine was ReZero. Polo's number 1 slice of life was Clannad. Mine was My Teen Romantic Comedy. And Polo's number 1 mecha was 86, and mine was 86.
Interesting list there, brother. Hey, let us know what y'all think of those lists. Critique us, yell at us, be mad at us, do something, be angry. Let's stir a pot with no spoon.
You know how we do.
Let's get to know. Mic check, waifu. Even though this whole episode is been about you getting to know us, you're gonna get us to know us a little bit better. I think it's my turn to read the question and your turn to roll the random number generator.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
How many questions you got when you get there?
Good question, bro. The number of questions we have right now is 44. I'm still upset I forgot to delete one.
29.
Question 29. If you can only eat one meal for the rest of your life, what would it be?
What?
One meal. Fuck.
Yo, I am not the biggest like food fanatic, but I don't think I can do that.
What's up with all these food questions? We are not like big weird food people. We're super picky, and I don't know. I know what my answer is.
What is it? Go ahead.
Ramen. Because you could just do so much different shit.
And you can definitely do like a full course meal with ramen.
100%. You could do dry with just meat and the noodle. Like you could do all kinds of shit with it.
You can have your vegetables and everything.
Yes.
I'm a rock with Polo on that one.
Let's do it.
Because you can get your protein, your everything.
Yeah, it's a great meal to have. Now, before we go into our break, I just want to give you guys a quick little rundown of my Check Waifu. If you managed to get this far in the episode, which is an hour and 3 minutes into it, I just want to share with you every Tuesday. Again, the podcast goes live. Okay, the way our podcast is structured, I should have did this at the beginning, but here we are. The way our podcast is structured is that we talk seasonal anime by first giving our episode of the week. So whatever episode we feel deserve the most praised that week, or the top episode that week for us for the current season of anime. So for instance, we are still in winter anime, so we gave our top episode this week for the winter anime. Then we gradually talk into either a topic or a review. We have very in-depth reviews before getting into Get to Know My Check Waifu. After we get to know My Check Waifu, we go to break with a song. The song is usually curated by me. It's mostly lo-fi because that's my favorite genre of music, and that's the best music to play while you're listening to a podcast, in my personal opinion. I don't think you just fucking jamming out to some, rock and roll is the way to go while you're listening to people talk. But that's just, I digress. After the music break, we then come back with spoiler talk for the current season of anime. We do specific episodes. We normally say what the episode we're going to discuss are at the beginning of the podcast, so you just know ahead of time. I forgot to do that this episode because we had a lot going on, but this week we're going to discuss 86, Sabiko Bisco, and AOT, I guess. Those three. So if you've watched those three anime, stick around for the podcast even after a music break. If you're not, listen to the music and then turn the podcast off and come back when you watch those. So I don't know why my camera's out of focus, but yeah. We'll be right back after this. And thank you so much for listening. Everybody that's new, thank y'all. We appreciate y'all so very much. We'll catch y'all soon. And welcome back to episode 143. Re3. Wow, what a crazy coincidence. I didn't even think about that. It's 143 and it's Re3 introductions. It's crazy. Welcome back. We are going to discuss spoilers for AOT. We could go. I mean, it was kind of almost just like the manga, kind of. Yeah. From what I remember.
A decent amount of conversation piece. We get the finish kind of ending of that, the rounding out of that conversation with like how their kind of lives bring them to where they are in this current position, right? Yeah.
Basically, the drama they touched on last episode at the campfire, right, sort of came to an end,
right?
Which was cool.
And, it was cool. I think I liked seeing the realization that, like, obviously both sides are wrong in a lot of ways.
Absolutely.
Because that's what this is supposed to demonstrate, right?
Yeah, Marley more wrong than Paradis, but you know,
right. But like I enjoy the fact that, like, for instance, the Marleyan general, or the military man, I can't remember his name, but he said, you know, I was blinded basically by his rage and, you know, his upbringing, that he couldn't see what was in front of him. Mm-hmm. You know, that if they were in the same position, maybe they wouldn't have been able to do the same things they did, and, you know, those kind of things. And it was said by other members and whatnot. So I enjoyed that, because it's a perspective that everybody's not built the same to do the same things, and regardless of upbringing or not. And even if they aren't, if they are in the same position, you know, they might not be able to do the same thing because that's just not the kind of person they are, right? Mm-hmm. But I like seeing that. And then we got to the I guess the resolve of our main group outside of Eren Yeager, because it seems that they've kind of given the helm of protagonist to Mikasa, Armin, and the other lesser characters who have also become shallow and depthless.
What I did like, though, I will say this. I did like the fact that they played to the fact that these people are their people. These people are their people that they've grown up with, that they've, you know, played with, that they trained with, that they fought with for many, many, many years. The fact that they played into that heavily was cool. Again, I feel like I say this every week, but I just don't care anymore. So it wasn't as effective as it should have been to me. But I think they did that well. So for people that still care about these characters and care about the situation that the quote unquote main characters are in now, I feel like they did a really good job of showcasing their emotion and how their situation that they're in. Like, you could tell they're like, man, fuck, I can't think about killing these people that I've literally
their friends, right?
Yeah, like literally fought with for years. We watched each other back. We did everything to try to protect each other, and now I got to kill them.
The thing also comes to the point to, like, Connie and Armin make it to, like, the docks because they're trying to get the flying boat,
which basically is a helicopter, or it's a helicopter, I think.
Yeah, or one of them two things. But either way, I think it's a helicopter. Mm-hmm. But either way, right? They're trying to get to the flying boat, and as they get there, they're you know, accosted by two friends. Basically, they don't want to cause any drama, but you know, shit's gonna happen when you got Jaegerists versus everybody else. Mm-hmm. Jaegerists are about action, and they trying to stop anybody who get in their way. And essentially, we get like a little flashback of like these characters being friendly, you know, short flashback, friendly back in the day. They are friends.
I love how short it was, by the way, because it wasn't necessary.
Right. And we see Armin take two, one to the chest and then one through the mouth.
It's like four.
Well, I mean, it was two immediately.
That's true.
It was two, right?
No, he had two in his sternum area, and then two in his jaw.
Yeah, I thought he got shot that third time afterwards. Mm-mm. Okay.
Bow, 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 bow.
Yeah,
it's like three.
But yeah, so Armin full of bullet holes, and you know, he didn't transform because I'm assuming he didn't want to kill anybody, and
and he would have broke the plane too. To be fair.
I get that, but let's also let's also talk about this real quick. The issue I have here is that, like, I feel like there's a lack of resolve amongst certain characters like Armin. Armin has always been resolveless since the first time he got eaten.
No growth. No growth.
But he has been soft as a fucking cookie you put in milk and let sit there in your cereal bowl before you eat it.
And that goes into the point that you mentioned and that we normally mention frequently on most episodes. The show, these characters that we're with and been with for all these years are so gutless, or so depthless, or so just, they all lack growth. The only person that ever grew was Eren, obviously, for obvious reasons. Like, he's the focal point of the story. And
he grew in a different direction,
absolutely.
Right? Like, Eren, he was the character with a ton of depth and range as the main character, and everyone else seemed like they were trying to get depth and range around him, and he went to that mono straight ahead character as things progressed.
Bro, Connie has more depth than Armin, and that's just because his change of character when he was about to feed Falco to his mama.
Mm-hmm. But Connie also been talking the same game since last season.
Facts.
He was saying, look, my mom is a Titan and that's all I can care about right now.
Facts.
And that feels, I guess, more human than anything else. Armin should have flipped the fuck out by getting shot in the mouth.
Yeah,
teeth missing, like cracked up, and
I would have thought he would have automatically changed because I thought that's how that worked when they're in the.
Well, they can control it now. Like when they have to be in like a state of pain to go, but they don't have to, like if he was a new Titan shifter, he would automatically just switch.
Okay,
he don't have a choice.
Okay,
because he don't know how to control it. But after some training, you can be like, all right,
I forgot about that. Yeah. That's cool.
But even so, right? You're staring your supposed friend, in the face, who just blew 3 shots into you, bro. True. Just shot you 3 times, and one of them was in the mouth. Not even like he tried to not shoot you in the head. He tried to kill you, bro.
Straight up, left for dead.
And yeah, you look like a zombie, and you sitting there just shook. And I feel it. He ain't got to fully, because we know they don't have to fully shift. We've seen it. They don't have to fully turn into his colossal Titan. He can do like a partial transformation where it's just like an arm, and he can heal himself in the meantime. But like, bro got shot in the face.
Yeah,
like,
I don't know.
That's what we cool with that, Armin?
What did you think of the backup when they came, when Annie and Rainer pulled up and was fucking bodying people?
I think it looked cool in terms of like positioning and whatnot. Annie's recovery, and I mean, this didn't make any sense to me in the manga either, but how fast Annie was able to recover and get back into
fighting shape
after years, right? Like, because we do know that obviously she was insufficiently fed and surviving in the chrysalis, right? And we don't know the exact extent of how that works, but we do know she was depleted, and like her recovery was a day.
She's a Titan though, so but that doesn't account for hunger. Like Titans still got to eat, right? The only Titan we know that can live or stay in Titan form and suffice that way is the Cart Titan, and that's because the Cart Titan can last for months in that form. The other Titans, as far as we know, they can't last that long in that form. Yeah, I never really. I just thought about their rapid regeneration as to how she recovered. She ate a lot, so I mean, she ate about all them pods and shit. So I figured as long as she gets sufficient nutrients, her Titan powers will kick in and just heal her up.
Yeah,
adequately.
I guess to me it just didn't make sense.
It didn't seem right.
Like I associate like actual sustenance different than I like associate actual physical bodily harm.
I see.
Yeah, because like you think about how the Titans repair themselves. Like, we know that the Titans essentially come out of steam and thin air, right? But like your body, even though the Titan form heals you, like how you actually sustain your body is still different because your body got to operate inside of the Titan form.
Yeah, I'm not gonna hold you. I never understood where the Titans fucking came from. Didn't get it. Never got it.
It's supposed to be, Ymir magic and shit like that, but it's still like it's still weird.
Yeah, very. Right? Because it's formed from nothing.
And that's why I think like they I know they talked about a bit of it before, but like the original Titans, that's why their bodies are actually a lot lighter than you would normally think because of the fact that they're mostly water and air.
Yeah, so strange. So strange.
But yeah, my point is basically I just think that her recovery is a little weird. But yeah, I think I wasn't mad at how it looked. I think it looked better than their other like 3D instances. It almost didn't feel 3D. It felt like they took a page out of somebody else's book for a change. Yeah,
I still prefer the Wit Annie. I just think she looked cleaner. I think the Wit art style period is cleaner, but I will say Mappa's doing a fantastic job of staying adequately accurate to the manga art, which was never pretty.
Yeah, I think in a lot of cases this looks better than the manga art because if you if you look at the manga art, it was a little bit more stylistic.
Yes, I agree.
This is more zoned in, you know. So I still think this looks really, for the most part, it looks good, but it's still like it's a little bit better than the manga in my opinion. Yeah,
and again, that's not saying much because the manga kind of looks like shit. I mean, it looks fine, but it just, I don't know, it's just not clean. It feels scratchy to me personally.
I agree.
Intentionally, I think that's just his art style. Which
that's my favorite art style personally, but I just don't think it looks good. Like I don't think the scratchiness is what makes it look weird. It's the actual stylistic choice of like the shaping of the characters and stuff like that. Sometimes it doesn't look like what he was actually trying to portray.
Exactly right. Yeah. What Mappa did was they uniformed it.
Right.
Which is cool. Yeah, it was a good episode. My final question on Attack on Titan is, how the fuck are they gonna wrap this up? They got 2 episodes. Is that enough?
Yeah, they about to rush the fuck out of this, bro.
Yeah, it's just about to be rushed in the motherfucker.
Next episode, they're gonna pull up on Aaron. Aaron gonna be like,
they're gonna pull up on him the first time. Shit gonna go south for you know who.
They're gonna pull up on him twice.
yeah. They gotta go.
One episode.
You think they're gonna do that in one?
They don't have a choice. How much time do we have?
Yeah, I mean,
we know it's gotta be 10 hours of flashback in the first episode, in the final episode.
We're skipping the city, right? Like we're not going back to that. We're not going to the little kid that was supposed to be there, and
they're skipping everything. And I'm not saying everything, but if anything, they're gonna touch on it so manga readers can be like, "Oh, okay, that happened."
With a light little flashback, probably, yeah.
Right? They're not even gonna show us everything.
Yeah, there's no fucking way.
I guarantee they're gonna pull up on Aaron, fall back, and they're gonna make the fallback seem like a short term fallback, and pull up on Aaron a second time. After everybody kind of steals themselves, like, we're gonna do this.
Yeah, because they still got to do that, and yeah, fuck, dude, this is gonna be bad. I think.
Let's not talk too much about it, spoilers and shit.
True.
Oh my goodness. What you want to go to next, bro?
Sapikoi Bisco, bro.
All right, so this man. Overall thoughts, top layers. The reason I have an issue with traveling sequences is because it makes this kind of thing feel so awkward. There was so much like I feel like they could have done in between this that made this feel less rushed, right? Because
it seemed like a montage, don't it?
Yeah, it just seemed like things are just happening, and you're like, it almost feels like I'm not keeping up with this week to week.
Yeah.
Like, I'm literally watching this week to week, and I turn on this episode, I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I definitely felt that.
It was mad jarring, but I like Bisco. I think. I mean,
I hate that happened the way that it happened, to be honest.
And I agree. I wholeheartedly agree, especially with like, what was the whole point of this journey if we're making this rust eater potion
and you have
for him to rust to death anyway?
Bro, it doesn't make any fucking sense. Okay, listen. Did they have more? They had to have more. Or
they had to have more.
They had to have more.
It was multiple instances where he was supposed to take it and he just didn't because he was supposed to be giving it to somebody else who didn't necessarily need it. And like he was supposed to be giving it to the sister, right?
Yeah.
The sister wasn't doing anything. We know that apparently being active and fighting or not accelerates how fast this thing spreads. We know he literally just recently got shot in the stomach by this.
Right. Just recently.
So like
he was shot a few times actually, but
yeah, but it's still like the principle is like how fast is this shit spread for it to be that serious when it's other people who got it all the way up to their fucking necks and faces, and they not even having the same effects.
Yeah, very inconsistent.
Yeah,
because he started falling apart literally hours later.
It made me feel to the point of like rushed, like they were trying to rush his death.
Yeah, because I don't think they were confirmed for season 2, to be honest. And
I mean, after seeing that, I wouldn't have confirmed it for sure. I'd been like, all right, yeah.
Well, maybe they did that because they weren't, but either still, the show is called Sabakoi Bisco, and you kill him.
That's not my problem.
That's it's my major problem because it doesn't even hold any fucking gratification in any way. Because obviously, like you said, everything was rushed and montaged. So his training with a bow, how did fucking Milo get so good with the goddamn bow? There were so many different places they could have went with this that was cool that they just decided to shock and awe, you know?
Yeah. My issue with Sabakui Bisco's death is that he died in a vat of molten rust alongside the person he's supposed to kill. Mm-hmm. And he gives this cheesy line, "I'll always be your friend, I'll always love you."
Yeah, it was black.
And I'm just like,
it was so quality too.
Yeah, I'm just like, y'all could have done better by this character, right? Like the issue I have is like, now is this the Panda Dude story now? Mm-hmm. And does he end this final episode, or because it's not just the final episode, like it's like what, a few more episodes left?
Yeah, that's what I thought.
So the remainder of this anime is not even pertaining to Sabakui Bisco.
There's 3 more episodes.
And what they should have done is like, for an anime about him, if he's gonna die, let him land the actual final blow on something that seems like right? Like where else can this anime go? Are we really just at this point where I'm glad I didn't choose in my sleeper now?
Yeah,
because now I'm just like, I don't know what the fuck is going on, bro. That's all I can say.
It was so weird, man. Everything it was so good up until episode maybe 8,
7. I felt like
maybe
7 or 8.
7 or 8. Some about when, I think it was when Sabakui and Pawo.
It was when the sister met up. Yeah.
Yes, when they were fighting it for 2 seconds, and then all of a sudden we're friends. Like, it was very weird, and I think we touched on that on previous episodes of this podcast. But it was a very weird interaction that just felt unbecoming of what this show was about.
Even was good, but it was that moment that was kind of like off-putting. Like, that doesn't seem.
And then we just kept having moments like that. We just kept having different moments like that put together, and I didn't get it. I didn't get it. This is a good show. It was a good show. Well animated, great storytelling up into that part. I think the death could have been done way better. Like, if they're gonna kill him, cool. Let it be the last episode in a big fucking fight. Him getting shot with 17 fucking arrows, like Tony Montana or something like that. Like, if
we're gonna let him rust to pieces, let those arrows take some chunks out.
Why he's still firing his last shot or something? Like, this was just.
Let him. I would have, and I was thinking, like, if he ain't got fingers, he gonna use his fucking mouth to pull that bow back.
What if he come back to life?
I would be so mad. Oh my God, I'm gonna be so pissed. And I see it happening, bro. I see it happening. Like, the Rust Eater made him immune to molten rust or some bullshit. I swear, bro. If it happens, I will be so mad. God. And this anime will literally go down as the second worst anime I've ever watched. I swear.
Stop.
That can't be good. What good?
You're right, though. You're right. You're right.
Tell me, what instance can you think of him coming back after that? After fingers and everything else falling to pieces and him melting in molten rust.
So we know he can get a robot arm. Okay, so the whole arm thing being gone, that's cool. That's fine. But him molting in the entire vat of rust is the problem. Unless there's no way. There's no way.
That's what I'm saying. He did. If he come back, I'm sorry. And if Pawo is more than slightly upset, I will also be sorry. Well, she should be upset because her brother is upset. But how much
I would have liked them to have a relationship. That shit would have been cool.
But it should have been more developed. It should have been more time.
100%. But that would have been so cool.
They could have skipped that kid. They could have skipped that kid shit.
Yes.
They could have skipped that little scene where she went to go and she got caught up with them old people.
Very weird.
They could have skipped all kind of stuff and just said, you know what?
Let's build this relationship out.
Build stuff in this story.
That would have been so cool, man. For her to be, them to get to know each other, to develop a relationship. They start traveling together, and then the climax of the story happens. And then it's this big fucking battle. She's trying her best to protect her sister or her brother, and now Bisco, and all of a sudden, he gets fucked up, protecting her, saving her while she's protecting her brother. It could have been so good. And yet, here we are.
Alas.
We're going to finish it.
Alas. And the show may be ass.
And we're going to let y'all know what we think. You know what I'm sad about?
What's up?
We got 2 episodes of My Dress Up Darling.
But hear me out, bro. Fucking gold. That show is great. I love how they do like the angles, especially when like when she's like focusing on Gojo. She's like looking at him, and he's like the focal point. And everything in the back is like this beautiful, almost like it, but it's not completely gone.
No, it's an abstract,
it's like softly painted background that's blurred out, like it's with a camera, and it's just so nice. But they also what they never do. And I love that they never do. They never take away the movement from the background. Mm-hmm. There's still movement in the background when they do this. And it's just
so good.
It's so good.
I did want to mention, I know we ain't talking about this in spoiler talk. We should have, but I love how Maureen is or was when it came to that. I can't be a part of this cosplay. She's like, what? No, I can't do this. It killed me, bro. I can't do this without you. Why would you say that? And then when he mentioned it was because basically, lack of a better word, the underboob situation, he is overthinking. The relief that came from Maureen was so good. Something about this fucking anime is great, bro. It's great.
Yeah, bro.
It's great. All right. Now
she was about to be devastated, by the way.
She was about to lose her entire soul. I just love I love him. I just love it. Okay. All right.
Yeah, bro.
Now, as far as probably one of the greatest shows to ever bless my eyes.
Greatest podcast as well.
True. 86, man. I think this might be our second 10 out of 10 anime.
This episode, bro.
Unbelievable.
This episode
Blew me back, bro. I swear to God, I had chills. The arms on my hair was like fucking, you could braid them motherfuckers. They was about as long as your hair. They were so fucking, I had so many chills. So much. Oh.
Y'all heard Polo, the arms on his hair. He had arms growing out of his hair.
You know what I mean? God damn it.
It was that fucking good. Yo.
No, for real.
No, I agree. From beginning to like, because my chills went away after I saw like the major.
Mine didn't. They fucking stood up even harder.
Right. I'm getting chills thinking about it. But when she did come, I didn't have chills anymore because it was like excitement. Like, oh my God, this is about to be a thing. But it was like, they didn't give us that. I hate to say it like this. It almost felt like they blue ball.
Yes.
But I was okay with it. I was okay. I was fine. Like I can deal with this. But I was in my mind, I'm like, oh no, they're not gonna give it to us. They're not gonna let us have it. They're not gonna let us have this bad.
Oh my gosh, bro.
But the music,
man.
The animation. The symbolism in like the transfer of the gun and like letting the gun go, and then like I don't know if you saw it, but the hand, like the morpho, the guy who is the morpho, he like took his hand and he didn't like, he was like this, he like pulled the trigger, but it was like there's nothing in his hand, and I'm like, yo, this anime is too fucking good, bro.
They did 16:9 widescreen, which is also phenomenal. 21:9 widescreen, which is.
And you
phenomenal.
saw how they transitioned out of it to like,
yes, Yes.
That shit was hard. So I was like, I know Polo gonna like that part.
You know that was my shit, man. I'm like, oh my God, that Nashville Lost in Space both did that so well. But listen, man, this show was mostly expression based. Everything that happened was based off of Shin's expressions. The emotion that you felt from his expression was what gave me the most chills. Everything that happened, from him realizing that that's the major, to the major saying what she said at that moment that made him realize that that was her. His expression change was some of the most incredible animation I think I've seen in many fucking years. And I'm not even, it wasn't even anything special. It wasn't even about the fucking movement. It was the facial expression animation, which we never get a lot of. Well, technically we do, but it's always rough and just, it's anime. You know, you know that expression that anime does when they change expressions, it just happens. This was a subtle, from one moment to, from one expression to the next, to the next, to the next, and it was all different, and it was just, you just felt the pain, and not even necessarily pain, but the joy and the relief that he had, especially when his fucking comrades pop back up on the radio, bro. I almost teared the fuck up, bro. Almost cried. Same. Because it was okay. Like, I'm okay with the fact that they didn't die. I'm okay. Call it plot armor, call it whatever the fuck you want. The fact that they didn't die was what made this episode so fucking incredible, because the show does a great fucking job of building these incredible characters to make them a piece of just.
And they're also the best experience. Of the best.
Yes,
you know, they're the best of the best.
Yes,
you know, they thought, you know, we gotta survive because we can't leave Shin behind. That whole conversation about, like, that whole talk about what he went through and seeing them die in his mind, and him thinking he is the only one left, and how everybody keeps leaving him. And that's why he came to this battlefield to kind of do what he did, because he knew everyone was leaving him. And he did that. It was that expression that the major is there. And his friends come back through the intercoms, and he realizes that they didn't leave him, that he was not alone, even though he thought and this whole time changed, bro. That was it. And, you know, they even said, we didn't leave you. We didn't leave you. And that shit was like, yo. I was like, yeah, bro, you can go ahead and have it.
They were
have it 86.
They were, like you said, the best of the best. There's nothing, like, everything that they did was in their respective wheelhouse. It made sense for them to leave. It made sense for the sniper chick to be back fucking them up with her gun. It made sense for the droid boy to be where he was, and for our one chick to be where she was. And they made it out because, again, they're the best of the best. Not to mention that they also had backup. The Federation was still coming. We thought we lost them, but no, they were still there. They made it too. It's just, the show's expression of just dread, and you feel what Shin feels. You understand what Shin is going through, and even though he's like, it's crazy. It's like his mood is Mikasa like, but yet he's so much more. He's so much
more emotion to him.
Yeah, he's just so much more, because you understand where he came from. You know, it's unbelievable show. This show is just fucking incredible. It's incredible. It's incredible.
And while we understand, like, the drive of this character, right? Like, initially his drive was one thing, to slay his brother. And then we saw them go off into nothingness, and we thought they were going to die. And then they come back, and then they essentially, like, their only goal at this point right now that we knew of was that they just wanted to fight, because they didn't want to be sedentary. They didn't want to sit down and not do anything. And they go into this battlefield. We know Shin's goal is to die on the battlefield. Yep. He doesn't want to be left alone. And just to kind of see that progress to this, to see him talk to his friends and know, like, I talked to the major, and they're like, what did she look like? And this kind of stuff. He's like, I didn't see her. Yes, you did. He's lying. You saw her, bro. You saw her. You just too in it right now. I feel like this is the closest we've been to Shin. Hold up. This is the closest we've been to Shin saying, I have a reason to live now.
Yes.
And that is a marking point, or a point we can get to in this anime. And if he says that himself, I will probably shed a tear.
I will probably fucking cry too.
I don't even need to shed a tear to say this is probably a perfect anime, but this show, the progress we've seen, not just from Shin, but just from the entirety of the show itself, even the war. Like if you treat the war like a character, it has its own progress itself, right? The entirety of the show, the progress of how this show has gone, it's given us a lot to kind of look at in terms of morality, whether it be from treating others like nothing and having them fight a war for you, to treating people like they've worked too hard and now they can't do this, to, you know, letting them just do what they want to do, right? Let these people do what they feel is best, and let them develop and grow. This anime has a lot in it to digest, and it's crazy. I can't wait for this final episode, but I can wait because I don't want it to be over.
What's best about this is the fact that how it started off with the major. You knew nothing about 86 until midway through the first quarter season. Then you get to the 86, and then you go back to major. Then you get back to the 86, and then you got them together. And together being relative, she's still in her thing, and 86 still in their thing. But you got them infused together in the same story. Then you don't have the major at all. You just have 86, and then up until that point, you have the major for one episode. Then she's gone. You think she's dead. There's no way she could have made it out of that. Then you got the 86 again. They're fighting this fucking losing battle over and over and over until they have a way they can possibly win. And then when they finally win, you think it's over. You think all that's left is Shin. And I fucking somehow made it out alive still when I initially came here to die. But then you have the major, and it pops back up with the major, and you see the major is fucking owning shit. She's the queen, brother. She's the queen, and shit is getting ran through her. And then you have the last fucking episode. This show is fucking incredible. My question to you, Tel, the final question I'm gonna leave off with. Fuck a recap. Fuck any of that. What do you think is gonna happen on the last episode of 86?
I'm scared. I have no idea, bro. I think Shin is still gonna die.
Interesting. What?
I think he's still gonna die.
I can't have that.
I don't think he wants to die, but I think he's still gonna die. I don't know what it is. I'm scared.
So you still think they got some fight to fight?
Yeah, I don't think it's completely over yet.
It's one episode.
Yeah.
Time skip? I
mean, I think
they gotta heal. They're fucked up.
Yeah, I think what we saw is that they were all back at camp, right?
Yeah,
They were back at camp.
Oh yeah,
back at camp,
broken arms.
I don't want Shin to die, obviously.
But you think it's gonna happen?
I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't want to speculate. I'm gonna be honest with you. I just want to turn the episode on and just watch it. What you think? What's gonna happen?
I just think
sometimes a happy ending is too much.
No, I think a happy ending is absolutely what this show deserves and what it needs. No, it's relative, right? I just think that a happy ending is what the show can use, and it wouldn't be tacky to me. Like it'll be an Astro Lost in Space situation. It'll be the end that needs to be. But I will say this. This is probably gonna be the last thing I'm gonna say. I don't think this is the end of 86. I think season 1 is done. I'm at Polo Bornfly on all social media.
I'm at King Taliano on all social media.
You can follow our social medias at Mike Check Waifu on Twitter and at Mike Check Waifu on Instagram. Thank y'all so much for listening. As always, Mike Check.
Love that 86 is back.
You're now tuned into Mike Check Waifu.